You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online Television, where they stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Where they bring the program come to you this Tuesday morning. My name is Khadija Bangura.
And my name is Mabel Kaba. Good morning. Well, let's start this edition of the Breakfast Show this morning, where they can talk about the fight against corruption. Also, we look at one strategy where the commission, we don't use this BNTM. Also, then they ask for administrative action for be taken against people where the commission can do investigate for sake of alleged corruption. Whether this the fight, this the app and the fight against corruption or not, all of that you go get for no inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
Well, this plus other issues then are the program for you. Plus you will get updates from the Salon Police on outside and day now for investigate the alleged murder case of one Sia Kamara, where be the work na the Freetown City Council. Outside police they investigate now for no waiting na be the cause of death. All of this they inside the program for you this morning. Remember I say you say for the watch we go get the opportunity for be part of the program this morning. Send me your message on +232 74 200 545, or you can as well text me in the comment section at any of the platform them we the watch we this morning. If I first send this for watch Liberty Online Television, one for say a very big welcome to you to the first and only digital platform so they get you credible information. Well, now the topic this morning will tell us say that they look at the administrative action strategy where the Anti-Corruption Commission be implement this BNTM in the fight against corruption. Today they ask the question if this strategy na a plus or minus na the effect, as we go use the Clerk of Parliament as a case study who side the SCCB investigator this BNTM and refer to the President for administrative action. But all of a sudden, the Clerk of Parliament don't taking seats back in Parliament and they act now as the Clerk of Parliament. What does this mean in the fight against corruption? If this strategy don't work, you say for the now also the watchery, you can add your voice to the program, send me your message at the comment section, or you text you on +232 74 200 545. Well, at the studio this morning, we get the Director of Public Education and Outreach. We come out now the Anti-Corruption Commission. In name na Patrick Sandy. Good morning, Mr. Sandy, and welcome to the Liberty Breakfast Show.
Very good morning to Khadija and Mabel and the viewers and the people of Sierra Leone and beyond.
All right, and also now the studio gets a colleague, senior journalist, we in the managing editor for the Informant newspaper and also anti-corruption campaigner. Good morning, Edward Mara, and welcome to the Liberty Breakfast Show.
Thank you, Khadija.
All right, that's our two studio guests that we'll get this morning with we in the studio.
Right, and before we can talk on that particular topic, we get to do with the fight against corruption, whether the strategy where the commission be introduces BNTM for take administrative action against people when they can investigate. Then we just quickly gonna cut first, where we can go discuss on that. We're gonna cut outside the President and General Manager for the United Family Kingdom, when Faris Youssef don't appear before Magistrate Sakekura and Freetown Magistrate Court #1 for way for second one case, outside police alleged say not been paying seats for one of in workman them. Well, for let we know more about this and updates from courts, let me join Maria to Sheriff.
The President and General Manager for the United Family Kingdom Investment, Faris Youssef, don't appear before Magistrate Sakekura and the Freetown Magistrate Court #1 for answer to 2 counts charged them, where gets for do with non-registration of an employee contrary to Section 31A of the National Social Security and Insurance Trust Act of 2001, and making false representation with intent to evade payment of NACIT Act of 2021. According to the particulars of offence, now that between the 12th of
Cancel another court reports this shortly, but on the line now, quickly, let we go to ACP Brahma Kamara, we're at the head of media and public relations for the Salon Police. Earlier, now we headline will tell una say today we will get updates from the Salon Police for tell the public who side and day now on the investigation of the late Sia Kamara, where now been communications lead now the Freetown City Council, and yesterday through the social media, plenty Salon people on the raise concern for let the Salon Police tell them outside and day now with this investigation. Good morning, ACP, and welcome to the Liberty Breakfast Show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
As I don't tell with viewers them this morning, yesterday, as sure say yourself done they follow, the plenty call them through the social media, also concerned people them and also family member them of the late Sia Kamara. They call on una say, let una tell the public also una day now with this investigation.
Yeah, well, yes, I want to say, maybe if and the preface and say we didn't at the end point, you know, investigations from outside, somebody will say, like, now, one simple thing for you. But you know, any one mistake we make during the investigation, we will tell on the prosecution as well. Because if you not do your assignment well, and then you say, hastily you want to go court, so say you left one element for don't prove, you not prove, and you're going to court. That lawyer waiting at the other side, which is important to run. I will say loopholes in the way in. And then he said, he's doing job, you know, so if he defends somebody, we have to look at the defense they were available to the offense way, then they charge the person for, and therefore defend the person resolutely. So at the end of it all, if you not do work well, then we say, oh, police then don't play this matter, they don't play that babu, so now make the police take their time to make sure they do the right thing. And sometimes why they do investigations? Certain information you're not going to put out because maybe sometimes such a statement that you want to not get a made, then you didn't put certain information out. You possibly out there, you not get a made. They see something in a possible threat, hey, they disappear. Then they don't impede the entire investigation. So then maybe sometimes we do. But the fact of the matter, I want to say, the matter for Sia Fatu Kamara, we will open a Freetown City Council, as you say, and on the 28 years, we get our report date Tuesday, 20th August 2024, and we all get the report. And I want to say, as of last week Friday, we don't send the file to the law officers department and that the lawsuit. We investigate came out there, the law officers department, therefore, eventually tell you to charge this person for successful offense. Understand? Now then, shall be the law, and I then get the power for that. And so, but then, when they produce the file, since they shall be the law and they know what they look for, if the police don't work on the file, then she says some loopholes and see they will tie it up. Then go right and tell the police back, say, do A, B, and C for tidy up the file so that before we go say, we not charge go court or otherwise. And then, so that filing, we don't come back to the police with some instructions, and those instructions and directives, the police don't carry them out. And I'm going to say, the files don't go back to the law officer department as I speak. And then the fact remains, we are very hopeful to say, by today to tomorrow, latest next one, that file action will not be taken. And the action we expect that the matter will go court. And we will finally suspect who was we change the name to accuse and they can go court. And after the discussion.
ACP, last week Monday, at this same program here, we talked to a family member of Sia. We confirmed to we say they get autopsy results which show say we get 8 missing limbs and also a fractured neck. How these autopsy results are not able to incorporate into the investigation?
So we're not looking for charges because for homicide, especially say for example, you say, well, you look at one side, say, hey, so things are kill and kill them. You look at that allegedly. Then cause of death, causation, very key. A very key element that one day where you need for proof, waiting cause death. Is it natural? Is it unnatural? If you say it is unnatural, then what could have led to it? And most times you have to depend on the autopsy report. Understand? That report they will tell you say this person he lost plenty blood, this person he get then now this happen, now he get blunt. Those things now you go now begin to look at them and you look for blood in interest. Say,
All right, that's na ACP Brahma Kamara. But they talk to we inside that interview. They also confirm say, you know, go take again the Salon police go send back the file of the late Sia Kamara in alleged murder case to the law officers department for let them go charge the suspect go na court. And according to he said they use the evidence that we then get now. If you remember last week Monday, now we edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show, we tell una say we talk to the family member, we confirm say then get autopsy results where they show say Sia being get 8 broken ribs and a fractured neck, and this na part of the evidence them where the police said and they use in the investigation. We they continue with the Liberty Breakfast Show.
All right, and members, you say for the watch the program can send a message to the number +232 74 200 545. We will try to forget ACP Brema Kamara back on the line, but let me just quickly go to court and get the updates from Magistrate Sake Kura in court in a Magistrate Court number 1. Usai yesterday, we look at one case. Usai, an employer not been paying nurses for one of the employee them. Mariatu Sheriff gets more annual reports.
The President and General Manager for the United Family Kingdom Investment, Firas Yusuf, don't appear before Magistrate Sakekura at the Freetown Magistrate Court number 1 for answer to 2 counts charged them, where gets for do with non-registration of an employee, contrary to Section 31A of the National Social Security and Insurance Trust Act of 2001, and making false representation with intent to evade payment of NACIT Act of 2021. According to the particulars of offence na that, between the 12th of April and the 31st July 2024, na Family Kingdom inside Aberdeen, na the western part na Freetown, they employ the complainant Mahmoud Mansare as information technology officer, but unlawfully failed for register with the National Social Security and Insurance Trust scheme. The spreadsheet further alerts say the defendant on the same date and place will make false representation with the intent for evade payment on NACIT contribution for the complainant Mahmoud Mansare. Where the court been read then charged them here to the accused, it been denying all the allegations here. Magistrate Sakekura been grant the accused bail with the sum of 50,000 new loans and 1 shorty. The shorty for being responsible citizen and for provide a national ID card. And the bail is say for be approved by the Deputy Acting Registrar. For Liberty Online TV, me na Mariatu Sheriff.
All right, so they continue with the Liberty Breakfast Show, and they can now in our studio. Also, we get with 2 studio guests them. One, Patrick Sandy, we're the Director of Public Education and Outreach from the Anti-Corruption Commission, and also we get a senior colleague journalist, Edward Mara, and the Managing Editor for the Informant newspaper, and also corruption campaigner. But we'll start with Mr. Sandy. Before we can look at the strategy where these recent times when I don't use in the fight against corruption, let me start for look at one popular article where we make the rounds on social media from the weekend to now. The public might want to know if the ACC don't intervene, they all get forward with a fraud case with the University of Sierra Leone, where the article they talk about a Nigerian company where they go into some dealings, but up till now, the supposed structure for the OPITs now decide to say E40. And I don't know if you don't come across the article, they can first start for confirm if you don't see the article and also the ACC day now.
Thank you again for this opportunity. Yes, I don't come across some African Confidential, and I will also see it don't come to the attention of the Anti-Corruption Commission, and so therefore we don't take conscious and deliberate steps for looking into it, and so I can confirm that for let the public they know see yes, the Anti-Corruption Commission therefore look into that allegation will come as a result of IPAM or the University of Sierra Leone. We get a relationship with the Nigerian company Pharma also. But then as we go along, believe say anything we do by way of intervention, we will be informed most likely by a press release from the Commission. But as it is now, what we are doing is to confirm that yes, we are looking into it, and then once we put out something to the public, we actually could be, if you like, worthwhile. But I can confirm that, and that it don't come to your attention, and we are taking the steps necessary for looking into it and know what actually happened.
As a commission, seeing such article from a foreign media making the rounds, seeing that people away all senior positions in government and a whole university, they go into such kind deals. Although some of the stakeholders, they will be involved, like the FS by then, it be raised questions na various memo them, but yet still let me go ahead and make some payments. On a surprise for see or for no say government officials and they go into such kind dealings?
Well, I feel say, Khadija, the most appropriate thing at this stage we for now they look forward to is waiting the investigation they come up with. For me to say anything at this stage based on what they don't write in the publication, African Confidential, I can't say it's a surprise. But the fact of it is that we need for wait and see waiting the investigation they come out with, and then later on we will inform the public about it. But I don't think say that's something you will say is a surprising thing, because an investigation now for proof or disproof. But in terms of persons involved, you can have as high profile person as anybody involved in an investigation will become. So it's not going to be anything surprising. But to begin to comment that because these people entered into whatever, this is what the paper or the publication have alleged. And so now we have responsibility now for going to that. And so anybody we find out say by we don't act, we call people or we accountable for that, then definitely go face up as it were.
So now the first time this way the commission hear about this particular issue?
Oh yes, certainly, yes. In so far we concerned, probably individuals in the commission, but as a matter of the ACC knowing it, me one for say yes, this is not the first time.
Because an issue where like don't the government be don't go into this agreement with this company since 2019, where expectations were for let it all implement the program, the don't do the building projects done and hand over in 2020 or so. So the commission will be ever hearing nothing like this will be done they happen until that particular media they been published.
That's what I am saying. Me say they read now, they read in fact as you say 2019 or 2018, and even those involved, for instance, in the publication that the Francis at that time when the former chief minister went after him, JJ Safa took over and whatever. So it's a pretty long time, but as I say, this is the very first time as a commission this don't come to attention and with all these explanations in the publication. And for some reason we are definitely going to look into it.
And like how long it can take the commission for looking to the kind of matter of this kind of nature?
These questions keep coming, you know.
No, for let the public know when they would expect for a reform on that.
Well, basically, I honestly cannot put a timeline to it. Why? Because now you're talking about a Nigerian company. And we also read in the publication, they say there was no proper due diligence done. So this is all about things that will require the commission. If you want to do full-scale, comprehensive forensic investigation, we will even take you to Nigeria and maybe other people. So for them to come and sit here, we at the end of the day, when that time elapses or expires, you call me back, say, Mr. Sandy, you have these recordings, and say, you may say 3 months, but 3 months on, you have still not concluded the investigation. I don't want for time missing, and I want to be careful. Because just as we listen to ACP, investigation is a process. An investigation, they try also to establish all the aspects of the allegations. We don't come. And you want to do a very neat or, watertight investigation. So at the end of the day, when you go to court, you secure conviction. Or whatever outcome is coming from the investigation is something thorough.
Although you can also get timeline where you work towards.
No, what I mean, you go set a time, but you may not achieve it. Because by standard, as I still say, you say this type of investigation, we don't know the form. You will get one we're going to do with sting operations. It's different. You won't get one we get for do misappropriation. Misappropriation they in different forms. So I actually not go one for say the timeline, honestly speaking, because even myself, not to me get for investigator. And if you do notices to people or institutions, you give them time to produce those documents. So these are things we will need for be very careful in dealing with and for certain timelines. I say this always because it is the fact. You don't get for change them. And most of them may not necessarily be in our hands. What I mean in our hands, we have the powers, but those institutions have to provide documents. Somebody will say, no, I don't travel. You get posting there for coming statement. You get for wait for let come. Somebody may fall ill. In whichever circumstance you say, no, that person know well and study they make, but you have to also observe the person's human right. There are all these dynamics where they around investigation. We will make you can say no in 2 months' time, in 3 months' time, because of public attention, we are going to conclude it now. I cannot say that on media or to the public. I will be shooting myself in the leg at the institution where I represent.
All right, in case you just tune in, this is the Liberty Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online Television, with a stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also na our website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. This morning, we can look at the strategy where the Anti-Corruption Commission be implemented recently in the fight against corruption, where na the what we get for do with the administrative advice, maybe to the board members them, or most time to His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Madabio. Would they use the what we get for do with the clerk na Parliament, Honorable Umar Parantarawali, in case so then just conclude, and we been get Mr. Sandy again at the studio where say they don't done what they're supposed for do, and they don't send them to the President for administrative advice, and we see the President be reinstated Umar Parantarawali again. What does this mean for the fight against corruption? Lord, just bring you back, Mr. Sandy. The strategy will not be bring this BNTM for ensure say the Anti-Corruption Commission all people into account will not investigate and find out say they mix inside corruption. How this strategy don't they help in the fight?
I want to say frankly, it don't help a lot, but you will still have people where you get different views, and we respect that. But you see, well, the issue of the clerk is one case in point. We don't get others before the clerk and even after the clerk. But the point I want to make, firstly, is that I want to thank Liberty TV because this is one moment we use for let we throw light, on the administrative, recommendations or administrative actions where we can recommend the higher authorities for take. Because firstly, when we don't do investigation, we don't conclude them, and we don't say reach the procedural threshold, we get several other things available to us. We are now talking about administrative. The same thing happened when we talk about the non-recovery asset based, that not the what they call out of court settlement. When down the bank account, if people raise a lot of eyebrows, oh, somebody could teach so, you ask them for pay that, this and that. I don't want to distract people, but I want to let them understand the context that this is not just one aspect of it. So, but we see say in the fight against corruption in previous years, what did happen is that when we say we don't meet prosecutorial threshold, for instance, or a case was not charged to court, other measures every day, you can KIV, you can also caution within, not to the court caution and discharge, but you caution somebody, or you conclude them entirely. But beyond that, referrals will be paid. When you say they go court, they go court, and the person sits down, stay in office or whatever. But administrative sanctions or administrative referrals now, we decide for bring them in. For say, we then also, there the higher body, for instance, in the case of the managing director, to talk about the board, because the board oversees the operations of the bank. We say, okay, just as in the case of the clerk, we have looked into this matter. We don't look into that. But we say the aspect of criminal intent there, where, for instance, you go to court, the person, you will secure conviction from your own perspective, ACC, because we do criminal prosecution, it no matter. Therefore, we refer this issue to you. You take action on the person. And now that is out of our own remit. Just as when we charge to court. When we charge to court, we prosecute. But if the judge, for instance, says, no, ACC, we are not prosecute, but case not there, I'm going to acquit and discharge, what do? The next thing is just to appeal. But if you say, if you appeal, you can't gain conviction on that appeal, we don't do anything for that. But of course, we have been appealing cases. So this is the context where people have to understand. And we do this for let people that know, say, ACC, we have reached our level of what we can do, what in the law prescribe, we for do, and then the next is now moved to the other person. We did the same for the teachers. Again, I spoke about it. The one that we therefore do the admissions without picking whistleblower and watch about them. We said no, we are not going to limit it to Aniwash. We looked at other schools and we referred to the TSC or the ministry, and the ministry they said do their own findings and find us that's so, and they came out with their own administrative actions. So that one actually now rests with the individual or institution where we refer the matter to. But to say again, it is ACC's responsibility to go and begin to say, no, like this, suspend the person or demote the person or this or that. We don't do that because we don't want to micromanage institutions, even in the systems review or prevention work we do. So that is actually what we do. But as I say, this, as you know, they just say, is a thing we are doing already because in the past, if we are only, if you don't go to court, then it means the person not coming to corruption offense will left us. But as I say, within, when investigations are done, when they are concluded, we get options, you go to court, and a prosecution, you get, of course, asset-based recovery, which, of course, in this particular matter, we did, then we impose interest on the money from the lady, but all of that does not come into discussion. Now, the aspect of the administrative action and also the ban for all public office for 5 years and not the 3 years as stipulated. But the people that for no say, we now ACC, just as we go to court, we say, no, you, the board, take action. But the aspects of, if you like, malfeasance could be a big word, but the aspect of wrongdoing, the aspect of wrongdoing has been dictated, but it don't mean a threshold, criminal prosecution. Therefore, you see what it can do. So that is exactly what happens when we talk about administrative referrals with ACC they make.
So, but as a commission, when una gets the sabi for fet corruption, as is supposed for be, una think say this na good tool for fight against corruption, for ask for administrative action for be taken, especially in a case where we take like this one where there is as case study we get for do with Honorable Paranona, the clerk na parliament. Was this the expectation for him to be reinstated?
Well, you don't really get for do with expectation. You understand? It is a question of waiting the person you refer the matter to decides to do.
But una know who's too good for fight corruption?
No, well, it depends as to waiting the person in think about. Because me believe say, with that aspect of even saying the person go back to work, I feel say it will be the greatest of care you go take. Because at that stage, there is no criminal prosecution against you. It is just to say if somebody is not charged to court, you still get the option for reinstatement or not, because they don't go to criminal prosecution, convict them. That is just what I'm saying and what it should obtain. Because even in terms of ACC investigation, they find out say case study against somebody. If you want to,
so if I don't find out say case study against somebody, why you want to ask for administrative action, not just dismissing the matter because you not see any crime against them?
No, you see, administrative referrals, administrative referrals are different from what you talk about criminal prosecutions. When you talk about the criminal intent, we they investigate, and when we go to court, we also able to establish why should in a court that this person is criminally liable. We therefore understand. And in the course of investigation, we really not able to establish this way we go court. However, we said it in our media release that to say you not be no, it does not really convince anybody. But when you go to court, what you say is different from what you prove. So therefore, we not get waiting for really establishing and saying that is the criminal liability of the person. However, we are not clear on this. The person that made the appointment or the person really oversee your own activities or your work, let him take or decide on that. Take action or decide on that. And then it comes out this way. What is it that the ACC really for doing in this instance? Because we get a mandate, we get a mandate to prosecute, we get a mandate for doing recoveries. As I tell you, we get a mandate for concluding files, saying that's not happen. But in this case, we have moved beyond that.
Right.
We don't recover, we do not go to court, but we say no. Administrative referral, you do what you can, because there is an aspect of wrongdoing, not necessarily that of criminal prosecution.
Before
so
cancel,
you know, we get for the understand the dynamics and the angle at which this is going. Just as we, not to distract you, just as when the non-conviction assembly recovery started, people had a lot of misgivings about it because they insist it's not good in the fight.
So Mr. Sani, that aspect the public they expect to now for make let they understand that aspect of wrongdoing where we are not able for see clearly we make gonna ask for administrative action instead of just letting him go. Where we don't fair not say we not get any reason for charge that kind of case because we not find them liable of criminal offense.
No, but that is the point. In criminal prosecution, in we common law, the burden is too high. The burden of proof is too high. So me not a lawyer, but I understand what it means when you go to court, and what it will mean if you go to court, you not secure conviction. So the fact that it is high, and you didn't care go say, "Now so supposed to do," I know it will establish them.
So why you not just let them go but ask for action? Because if you ask for action for be taken, it means there is something when you find out, we make you alert and take action against the person.
That is what, no, it is true. I agree with you, just as we are saying. But now we're talking about the level of action. It is about severity here.
So on a
the
level
criminal aspect, that in we for look at, and a criminal prosecution we do. If we ever understand we say, I think it will be better. Yes, just as sometimes people do things in the office, we look at and say it's ethically wrong. Even when it meets the eye, it is not correct. But is that what you have to take to court? Khadija, we get to understand, we all not lawyers per se, but it is a difficult thing, what I mean, when you go to court to prosecute. In fact, all the questions and statements you take, most of them not going to be relevant.
During
so
Mr. Sandy,
this thing. Otherwise, we will take it that everything has to go to court, and that's also the court they operate. And you, what the prosecutor always say, he who asserts must prove. And so when we go to court, now we get a burden of proof for say this man, he can even stand there and not say anything.
All right, continue.
And we have to establish that yes, you did it. And in this case of the investigation, we will do media release on the clerk. We said it very clearly that he not meet the prosecutorial threshold. The criminal liability aspect cannot be established because the wife was employed. The later day after viewing is saying not well, but the money always they be paid, recovered, and with an interest paid. Then we ban her because she was the focus. However, a man, whether the clerk, now in the administrative head, we ask them because there are going to be things for the established say, indeed you were fully aware and you participated in her employment. But that never came up. We said, okay, even with this explanation, if we say we are going to go to court, 10 chances we will lose it. And just it's not a phone fear for the go court. Every day person don't go court, every day person don't, and after which the person is acquitted and discharged. That again the puncture of the fight against corruption. Then we say, let us refer. And they still cited an example. Look at what TSC did, or for instance, the Ministry of Basic and Economy. So they have these things. You have the responsibility now to also look at the investigation report because we are not just going to refer and leave it. We send all the bundle to you, you read statement after statement and really know where the person might have gone wrong and now know what decision you take. And if it comes now that the person is reinstated, where does ACC come in? Just as in the court, if the court go and say, this person is acquitted and discharged, ACC.
So for Unana, a plus to the fight. Administrative action, a plus to the fight.
Definitely, because it is not the only thing that we are doing. We will also understand that way. The fight against corruption does not only circle around administrative action. We get the prevention work we do, but also we are charging people to court and we are securing convictions. So that will not only limit them. But I will say it is a plus because, as I say this, initially or before this time, those referrals have not been made, and we have made referrals, administrative referrals, and things have come out of it besides this one. And if those decisions are taken, I believe, say, It says it puts signal to the person. If you go there, you have to take your greatest care.
All right, continue for the between the program. Patrick Sandy, Director of Outreach and Public Education from the Anti-Corruption Commission. Or they bring now we other studio guests, we now Edward Mara, in the managing editor for the Informal newspaper and also anti-corruption campaigner. Somebody we don't follow the process and the strategy them where the ACC don't they use, especially recent one them we get for those administrative action or administrative advice. We normally we then can investigate somebody, we then can send to the post we gear and work on the board. The recent one where they use as a case study in this conversation, and they'll get for do the clerk na parliament. ACC investigate them here in WEF. They recover back the money them way then say them been paying WEF the same way parliament may employ them, and then be ban them not for all public office for some time. Now let's come to you, Mr. Mara. You don't follow ACC, they work closely. You don't share a platform with Mr. Sandy on a several spaces them. How you can assess this administrative action strategy? What they look at today in this conversation?
Thank you very much. Mabel and Khadija, first of all, I want to congratulate you for my contribution to the development of the media. I'm highly impressed when I come on the studio for the first time. This is a blog to the media myself. I'm proud of you guys. I wish you all the best, and we look forward to more of this kind of opportunity in the media. You guys have made history in getting the first online television. So, having said that, I listened to you very keenly, Mr. Patrick. For me, I think I don't work with all commissioners. Bakolia, Professor Smart, Blessed Memory, Tijan Cole, Kujira, Ali Makoli, correctly Jimmy Brother. You see, the fight against corruption, we have to be very serious about it. It's not something where we could just come and then dance around it. We don't work with the commission very closely. I don't help the commission for investigating. I don't help the commission. I don't serve as a star witness for the Anti-Corruption Commission for going to court on myself. I go serve as star witness on prosecution. And we even forget conviction. We even convict the people. I risk my life, and I know the high-profile person we don't be careful deal with. You get for going in village, you go hire, whatever they call them, these are traditional native people to come after my life because I was the star witness in the case. So some of you would only live life in this fight. So when I look at one commissioner to another, the way they train people, we have a lot to do in the fight against corruption. And I also believe there's a need for a review of the Anti-Corruption Commission Act, this current act, previously. As we move along, we have to find ways of reviewing the Anti-Corruption Commission Act. With these latest developments, back to your question, is the fact that all what I will say, a bad precedent, is something where it will undermine public confidence, it will undermine public trust in the fight against corruption. Is something that the commission will go back. And whosoever advised my brother then, where I get so much respect for, I don't see the passion we get for fight corruption. Whosoever advised on this kind of actions, whether it was internal advice from a team at the commission, or whether in decide to do that, I think they need to consider, for changing the strategy. It's a bad strategy.
Why you refer to them as a bad strategy? Why don't they see them as a plus on the fight against corruption?
Yeah, now that is when Mr. Sandy Bini said just now. Tifman na Tifman. You understand? If somebody has been accused, we're not going to investigate like you explain everything. This was one of the most high-profile cases where the ACC been investigated. Everybody was concerned. Everybody was interested. Even the Mamina village, they were interested in this matter. Sometimes administrative recommendation or referral for administrative action. It shows that, I mean, the ACC not do what it's supposed to do. The head of administration at parliament employed a woman. I'm your woman who can work on Liberty TV. I'm here as head of administration, as I'm aware. Does that make sense? Common sense will tell you that administrative place in a sense that they.
But then say they're not able to see documents.
I mean at the head. It work day, it collect salary every month. Then I say, me know where I say me work in the work day. Then I say, me know where I say, I be even sign the letter. And also the thing I want to arrive at, like I say, referring back the matter to the president for administrative action, as Mr. Sanisi is one of the new strategy. All what they advise the commission, well, so you don't bring them back. You understand? So even what they see sometimes they fight against corruption. All what we need is giving assurance to the public, the message we they send out to the public. When you do that, what they bring to tell the public, it's like the status quo continue. You know, so me they say, yes, indeed, like he said, procedurally, you know, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm saying I don't go to court with ACC many times, and I know how they prosecute the matters that are court. It has to be evidence based. There's no evidence based. Okay. Your responsibility as ACC, somebody has been accused. You investigate. If there is no evidence, that's where your own actions start. Let the public room say yes, you have done your bit now. Say yes, this person will not investigate evidence not the when I don't discharge the matter. Whether the administrative action now to inbox now, who said be the work now, who said not be the work now, that should not be the business of ACC now. For go back to inbox say well, so policy. It's like there's something behind the whole decision. You understand? From the layman point of view, you as commission, the ACC is to investigate. If you are investigating it, you not get any evidence against me, you think that I should not be charged to court because you don't have the evidence, leave me to go home. You understand? Not to go back say, okay, well, no. Like going back to proving a point now, say, hey, pa, this is boy, you know, don't look and say, you know, like the social media, I had the team, the trend. So we don't see anything against her, but you left to you now. If you want for employer, back employer. If you don't want for employer, no employer. You understand? That's the way the public is looking at this. And when they look at the relationship between the gentleman and the president, the people will conclude, obviously. And this something like the president is so committed and he don't say he's determined in the fight against corruption. You understand? You want to take president and for put Bangana fire. Is that what the ACC is doing?
You answer we now. Now then the ACC they do this administrative action and can recommend to people who they employ certain people who they investigate. Yes, so then they try for pull their aid and left the case to the person.
Yes, it's not the same. I say you take the president, take it and put Bangana fire. Now that's how they say so now. You understand? Now look at it don't happen at many institutions. You understand? They don't investigate institutions then the people that are not finding one thing. Did the ACC ever get back to the institution and they tell them, say, we don't investigate so policy, but we'll not get evidence, so we'll not take your line of action?
This particular
I'll tell you one thing. This is a similar case with Aja Safia Tukava's case. You understand? Say in Peking, they can employ in Peking na MP, blah, 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 blah. You understand? She was charged, investigated, charged, blah, blah, blah. You understand? Is that not the same thing with what happened in Parliament?
And this now one instance where, like you been say earlier, I will come to Mr. Sandy, where the public, the outcome of this particular matter, make the public begin ask the question, says the Anti-Corruption Commission serious about fighting corruption? Because the people's expectations were high regarding this particular case we get for do it. Honorable Param, you as an anti-corruption campaigner, from your experience, is the commission serious with the way how they handle this whole issue? The commission serious on the fact?
This particular one, they got it wrong. This particular one, they got it wrong. You understand? Me and somebody way I follow the ACC very closely. I just come up from Falaba. One of the things that impressed me so much is the fact that the ACC now get community monitors there now across the country, over 300 of them. Chiefdom community monitors, they are deployed at chiefdom levels. It shows that Bekefala's strategy in the fight against taking corruption, fight to the grassroots, I don't go see an Falaba. You understand? But you see, don't look at the fight against corruption to be going after the layman. High profile cases in this country, we know how the ACC don't handle them and how they not settle them. Let's see, like when Mr. Patrick they talk about recovery strategy, where they come up with. You even former ministers of government, you understand? The APC guys, you understand? We see how ministers who are going closed door negotiating with the ACC to pay back. Is that a real fight against corruption? A thief, somebody don't go thief. You don't catch and say don't thief. They don't come back with the money to you. They say, look, the money now, this money at thief. But we are big. No go charge me, no come me go court, no settle this thing now. Then you the commission, you own the money. You understand? It's okay, this. Why should we don't get the money? You don't know. You go no more now.
Does that mean the ACC more interested in bringing back the monies of the state than prosecuting people?
It has to be precedent. It's in the fight against corruption, not about recovery no more. When Mr. Sadi, they say, when somebody don't fair no more, pull the money in their hand. We got for set a precedent. Let people face justice. Let's say, like, you thief the country in money. It's not about coming back and paying that money and you walk out freely. You understand? Go to jail. Then the ACC, if you go to court, they have options. You understand? The judge has options. One, they fine you, convict you, send you to jail, and also ask to pay. Also, sometimes they will send you to jail, not to pay, or both. You understand? These are people that we don't catch. They don't got the money, they don't see the evidence now. Say yes, the person that admits. You understand? Then you say, no more, okay, give me the money. Then you let them go. I have many of those cases. Mr. Sandy knows what I'm saying. You understand? They went, they negotiated with the commission, then collected money, then they. Some of them people today, then they work on the street of Freetown as free as they are.
You go agree with somebody who might want to say maybe the ACC an accomplice to the people who they commit corruption.
Sometimes it sounds that way. It sounds that way. You understand? Now I say, you see, Ben, I have to talk to him as a brother. You understand? Sometimes most institutions, the head might be so focused on what they aim at. But you must have some people around where they say, oh, this they're not going this way, not make them this way. They get you distracted. You understand? What he made they say, and Mr. Patrick should communicate that to the commission, is a senior staff at the commission. This is coming from the public now. And I'm telling you now what the public is thinking about the commission. Because sometimes you sit at the comfort zone, middle of the street. I'm telling you now, I just come off Alaba, not so. So if I'm telling you now right now, so you have Chiefdom community monitors there now on the Anti-Corruption Commission, it tells you that I know what I'm saying because I'm just from Falaba. You understand? I travel along the highway. I know what's happening at the highways. I know how Sierra Leoneans are suffering. I know how corruption, you see naked corruption. I got an MOU, I signed an MOU with the Commission 2014. Before 2015, I terminated the MOU with the Commission.
Why?
Because I didn't see the Commission not be even serious at that time in the fight against corruption. Because I was just wasting my time. As previously where I don't go with cases, I go to court, I go stand and start witness, we convicted them people and some of them they went back at me. I was exposed. You understand? After more of them telling us, no, is this commission really serious about the fight against corruption? So what's in the happen, Mabel and Khadija, believe in me, the commission is frustrating some of us that are laying our life in the fight against corruption. When I travel so from here for go up and for come back, what's missing a road? You understand? And they tell you now say, if we're serious in the fight against corruption, the ACC for come on and convert zone. Let them come out from the convert zone, let them come out at the AC. You understand? Let them go to the field, especially so senior staff.
looking at the kind public interest where Honorable Parani case, so they use as a case study for assess the administrative advice or action where normally the ACC can use in some certain cases them. You think saying that being one particular case where the ACC for don't gain more glory in the fight? Because just like you state, people hold the view say Honorable Parana, the blue eye boy of the president, not going to sack, not going to relieve an parliament because it gets a function where they play there for the SLPP party. We see how the clerk count the fire we been called police officers then for go beat some APC MPs them out. All of that then and the discussion we been there around Honorable Paran. Seeing him back, it go na the well of parliament. The time when the presidents go there for state opening and we see how the MP them made a chant and jubilate for Siam. Now be a shock to you as an anti-corruption campaigner?
Exactly. I was shocked. I tell you see, in the fight against corruption, what is the average I see right now, a precedent. And the media say the best strategy we can use for succeeding in the fight against corruption, not to the bottom, top approach. Just start from the top to the bottom. All what is Saloma wants in an example. Just set example per one. I remember Pakabe tell when Ari Will was convicted by the commission, you know which message he sent out? He was very close to Pakaba. You understand? Under President Kuma, when Honorable Aja Asafia Tugaba was convicted, even the party office, the party people, they went to their party office. You understand? They go protest because they feel say the late woman contributed so much for Brink and his Kuma to power. That she did her best. She financed the campaign in Western area and all that and they go to party office. They go. But when that conviction, when the ACC secured that conviction, you know which message be sent out? It was a kind of an international applause for the ACC. Tell me the most high-profile individuals of recent where the ACC don't convict of corruption.
But Mr. Sandy said they don't commit. Mr. Sandy just telling us they don't commit the threshold, and ACC not just one for the Gona court and lost case. So they implement new strategy there for recover money and send for administrative action.
You know, I agree with Mr. Patrick say you're looking out for threshold. You understand? Man, you see, we're not going to be nice in the fight against corruption. What do you mean they say? Yes, meet the threshold, the procedural threshold. You understand? And yes, because every case where the ACC they bring forward to the court, they spend on those cases. You understand? I have worked with them. Although I've never received a cent from them, whether going to court, they have never paid me for my service. You understand? I volunteer as a citizen, but not all men will be able to do that. Sometimes even their lawyers, you understand? Obviously, they have to pay them. You understand? Some of the witnesses, they have to send transport for them to encourage them to come to testify. It costs a lot of money. You understand? But all with me, they say, this new strategy of refining matters for administrative action is a wrong strategy. If somebody not gets a case for answer before you as a commission, left that person the level about to say, whatever you want for go fighting your case, now let go fighting case there. You understand? Whatever you intend for do now in your life, that is business. As far as you are concerned, what did them bring the man for? You don't investigate.
So you think they are not being honest? For ask for administrative action.
That's my point. You understand? Again, like a wife, they don't pay the money. You understand? Again, I want to decide, and again, we are still the same. Let us go back and review the act. You understand? Somebody don't go thief, maybe, but maybe I can't thief now on an office now when I go catch me. They say, okay, that camera we can't thief, just give me the camera and we'll go. Is that justice?
But they also ban them from holding public office for some certain period.
Not like public office,
An interest was imposed.
Now, yeah, Mr. Sandy.
Will they come to you shortly, Mr. Sandy?
Interest was imposed. You understand? We know all of this. A criminal is a criminal. Let us treat people as criminals when you call them to be criminals.
But Mr. Sandy say not be reach that threshold.
You understand? But maybe listen. Mr. Sani, they talk about, say, this woman was employed. Right. Again, if they receive salary, it not be the work. You understand? You get off his staff now where they pay every month where they can work now.
Not at all.
Is that not a criminal offense? And a criminality.
But
Mr.
Sandy said, Edward, Mr. Sandy said during the term for the investigation, they not see no evidence or any correspondence which shows say the clerk be the part of the recruitment of in WEF. Because the first during the term, but Mr. Sandy don't they challenge on some of the issues there, then it bring calm justification. During the term when they do the investigation, they don't get any evidence which shows say the clerk being they part of any recruitment, and he said the clerk tell us, you know aware.
Okay. Would that administrative head?
The clerk, Umar Parantarawali.
So if a recruitment can go on without your approval?
Yeah, sure. There's a deputy clerk.
No, wait.
No.
Alright,
let me come in.
No, let me.
You know, it will still be show.
At this time, Mr. Mara,
giving you sufficient time.
We've given you the same time, Mr. Sandy.
Then give 30 minutes, Mr.
So
Party.
we are getting to 9 o'clock. And the program ends at 9:30.
shortly come. Let's just wrap up. Let's just wrap up. Then Mr. Sandy, you will
A lot of
respond.
things that the way you don't say.
Let Mr. Mara just wrap up.
Listen,
I'm uninformed.
you will have right to reply also. Listen to my. Let me
I don't want to be very decent.
You understand, eh?
But
yeah, you have made your point. For 30 minutes, I was listening.
Okay.
I'm merely also bringing out my own opinion in the fight against corruption. We are not in any form of quarrel.
No, we are not. I just want for the opportunity so that I'll clear these things for the public to understand.
And as my brother, we are partners in this fight.
Sure.
You understand? When things then go wrong, this is an opportunity for us to discuss as a family and correct the wrong.
So you be one for clarify, say you not believe, say, Honorable Umar Parantarawali not aware of the recruitment process of in WEF, where it tell the ACC say he not aware, and the ACC say they not see no documents.
There's no evidence for that.
Yes.
So now be the same as us. Okay, now it has been investigated. Or what will be the same thing? That question of administrative, referral. You understand? Let's look at the presidency. When they say, me just analyze the whole thing, say like if they take presidency and for Bangana fire. You understand? When somebody don't investigate somebody, you don't get any time. Just leave him, let him go. It don't happen in other institutions then where they investigate people, where they allege, we don't see police officer, so. At the end of the day, if you do not find them wanting, let's go. You understand? Did the ACC get back to those institutions for say, hey, one down and staff will be investigate, will not find out anything, but will not take administrative action now. And they look at this matter in a very sensitive way, we will also help the commission. You understand? I don't want to let the public, they lose confidence with all these achievements with the commission they do. For just one single action with them for don't think, then the public lost trust in the commission. So
quickly before we come to Mr. Sandy, in Honorable Paraning case, as you say, you shock for Siambak make a appearance at the Well of Parliament, and the day where His Excellency the President be go Parliament for state opening, we should say in colleagues them be the gladi. In this case, for reinstate Honorable Umar Parantarawali back, who do they blame? Is it the ACC? Or do you all be employer? Because the ACC said they don't do the investigation. Although we not see what they recommend to the president, the action they way for take. But who do you go blame in Honorable Parantarawali case?
I will blame the commission.
Why the commission?
One, the moment when the investigation commences, Param must relieve from his
duties.
Also, who employs the president? Pull up. You understand? Be very fully aware that the man is under investigation. Let go clear. You understand? The president not ever put hand. Then go do the investigation. You understand? Whatever action now they say, you not see anything, blah blah blah. They come back for report. See, let president take action. What else did they expect the president from you? President for Angola, okay, ACC not convict this man. We said, well, still miss I don't need that. You understand? So for me, Not again for parental one. Moving forward, me I recommend to Mr. Sanide now and the team and my very brother winner Ben, Commissioner. We call an asset by the People's Commissioner because I don't see the level of grassroots outreach. We don't go. You understand? It has never happened before. You understand? But moving forward, Lord begin correct something. It's not like we are trying to bring down the commission because of what precedent. Sometimes when he sets precedent, again for begin come back to the commission. What about if similar incidents happen to somebody again from any high profile office? So now that's okay for the continue.
Mr. Mara, let me just bring Mr. Sandy inside from all the conversation we don't happen this morning. You think so it's high time the ACC go back to the drawing board and review on an act, following again more powers for the take action rather than referring for administrative action?
Honestly, I don't think there is any further thing we need in the act. Say if we talk about this issue of judge and jury trial, but I'm sure in fact some discussions are already, I think they don't try for put the jury there in some criminal prosecutions, except that. But as it is, honestly, we are fine. We are fine, honestly, in terms of going to court, alternative to prosecution. You see, but there are times the understanding of people to issues now the difficulty, and that is why we get this kind of discussions, or we need to get this kind of discussions. Even we self can get really discussions, but when these things don't come up, we don't understand. Firstly, because even in the Act, Section 7 of the Act tell we clearly that we therefore take every steps necessary for suppress, for prevent, and eradicate corruption and corrupt practices. So as a result of that, we employ several strategies. So it is up to the individual to understand the context within which we operate, or why this decision has been taken. You see, when the issue of recovery, my brother they talk about, they call people there and can negotiate. That is not what obtains. And I also say, before this time, before the administrative issues don't take the limelight now, people were also questioning that. But that is not what it takes. Before we come to that aspect of non-conviction asset-based or the recovery process, we therefore investigate thoroughly and also look at the aspect of gaining conviction or no conviction. If you say the line is too thin, you can tell the person, come and then you pay. And with interest and with this new amendment, we will set the person aside as well. So it is not as if it is free. Then it is something we know we don't make a lot of gains out of. Because when you imagine the court, we have, of course, mandatory restitution in the court, but we also look at like the custodial sentences. So custodial sentences are difficult to come by, but you begin to balance it. Your recoveries and the cases you send to court. And we begin to look at the number of recoveries what we don't make and the monies and the public.
Mr. Sandy, the public way.
So it is not about the people saying, because I know the interest is so much about arrest and conviction.
The public way on the work for
what we do and against the fight.
This tool of administrative action recommendation we wanna introduce. The public way on the work for. I don't do review for no. What did they think about them?
No, I know. We not do that if by way of like a census or survey. It is just about the perception way they see it is flying here and there. But to also say ACC, when we do investigation, for instance, if you don't see anything there, we left us so we cannot do that.
Mr. Sandy, in the
for instance,
area,
this person here, we don't conclude the matter. Whatever outcome we come with on the matter, we let the public know.
Mr.
And
Sandy,
if we refer that this person will oversee this person or an employer to take action, what is that? What is wrong with
Mr.
that?
Sandy, in the case of the clerk, in the case of the clerk, Honorable Paran, who they use this money as a case study, in your own case, what will not be recommend to the president for do?
No, we don't recommend specifically.
So what will not be advised?
No, it's an administrative action. That is what I am saying.
So what do you describe as administrative action now?
Administrative action can be demotion, it can be suspension, it can be transfer, Those are administrative
And it can be-
actions.
So where una can recommend, una can put 10 specifics there we just list so to the employer.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
So una can just say take administrative action.
Administrative action is not ambiguous. As with man they say, not a thing very difficult for go find out. For say when they say administrative action, it means you not get for go court or get somebody punished as a result of what he do, but rather take actions at least for let it know say what he do not.
So what would be recommend to the president for take administrative action on Paran? They will see he reinstate them back. The commission be at any point surprised by that action day.
We cannot be surprised. We cannot. We are not surprised.
So now we expect say the administrative action we President Biogo take now for take a walk back.
No, it was in an option as well be there. Because we don't find anything against Paran. But we say take administrative action. So if he come back, now an option.
So is it safe to say the clerk being come out clean?
Exactly so. What I am saying.
You not commit any offense.
In terms of criminal, yes.
So why the public be the say and say na an offense for let the clerk walk out in with na parliament?
Well, that is what the people think, that he will play a part in her employment because now he works. And we can investigation establish he not play a part. You understand? So that is another clear also the HAFSA too. You know, this man said a lot of things.
No, quickly before you go to the HAFSA, we get to do with this particular public perception about this Honorable Parantarawale in case. Like how Mr. Marabi they make mention of earlier. Apart from say gonna courts, but you in an office, you know the administrative head. They employ somebody not to your knowledge and a whole ACC sidom. Somebody tell una say it was not to my knowledge and una accept wholly and solely say it was not to the knowledge of somebody when they in charge of the administration. How comes?
Well, that is the question also you said for answer. Because
no, now una get the work
what I am saying, it not been there when the recruitment took place. But that's what he say. And as I always say,
it not been there. Would have been there then 10 day.
Not the deputy clerk.
So if as a deputy, Mr. Sandy, you the head that no, I'm not Mr. Sandy, let's be practical about these things. No, you the head the Directorate of Public Information, now ACC.
Yes.
You know you travel or you don't leave. You the person they deputize you. Where it they come, where you can come back and resume your office. You know they brief you or wait till left happen.
It's supposed to brief me.
So they not been brief the clerk on that recruitment.
That was not established.
Una no watch that side.
Well, how you go say we not watch?
Because if you conduct an investigation.
Don't mean you look at it in order to show.
So the deputy will be there in the recruitment of the clerk in WEF not been brief on that side.
Now they say we not see her in the briefing. The clerk in knowledge not go to that for say this is what I knew they recruit my wife. Now they say not be established.
Then WEF working no.
The clerk say no. What do you mean go say? That he know?
They will not believe
say no. It's a mind game.
And let's go of the deputy where do we be aware say your husband is here, he's the administrative head.
It's a process.
And you go employ him, although you not be on the seat. Now let's go of the deputy waiting
what
the
of
action.
the whole recruitment, the HR and the team will do the thing.
So now that's the question una for answer. Because if una don't fail not say the one way do the employment, aware say this person in husband na administrative head na ya, but it still get work.
Oh, that is it.
Una not for finding that in that person.
The lady is a Sierra Leonean. She is qualified for the job. So it doesn't mean because the man did it and the man not play a part, enough to be employed, and you hold the people responsible. Not also labor laws.
And even they not be the work, but they take the salary.
No, that is it.
Una let go of the people and they always be responsible.
He worked for a few months and he fall sick. Now he goes. So she was still in employ.
And so she was sick.
No, she was sick. She reported sick. And you know, so they pay. These things are paid by the accountant general. So they pay.
So I must interest Mrs. Parangiona.
10% interest rate.
Of the entire money.
Of the money.
You don't pay, I don't go now.
Yes, it has been paid. You know, say from the get-go, the initial money has been paid.
Then he walk away freely. For let them recruit you in an institution, you know work, but you still they take salary.
What do you really mean freely?
Mr. Sandy, this is Sierra Leone. We see people in that Ebola investigation who are banned for take public office. They make a comeback with much bigger positions.
Such as Sudan.
I cannot name names
No,
here.
but listen, which Ebola say, ban people say, let them not take public office?
But that Ebola investigation, where Parliament see, they look at the recommendation them, they implement them. People anyway make a comeback when they say they're not forever hold public office. I know what I'm saying.
No, let me get facts right.
Mr. Sandy,
we are talking to the people of this country.
I'm also talking to the people of this country.
Where we don't establish at the ECC and somebody has acted otherwise, we definitely means it is illegal. Then let's come out and say it.
How many years on a ban?
When you talk about Ebola, that 10 day we not be even get this alternative to prosecution. We call Ebola. So for say now 2019 amendment, now they will not establish the issue of setting people aside or recluse yourself for 3 years and then come back. But anything we be get for do with not holding public office now be based on conviction in court. So for let's say Ebola 10 when this act not day, then we can say let us get with facts right.
Mr. Sandy, Mr. Sandy, they put on to you say somebody don't hold public office now where it be the Ministry of Health as head of procurement. The investigator go before Parliament. Parliament make recommendations. Say, let you know hold public office again. We see that person they hold public office. That is what I am saying.
Oh, Parliament, I made the recommendation.
That is what I am saying.
Okay, I thought now ACC.
So you cannot discredit me without listening to what I was saying.
No, but because we are discussing ACC and for bringing
I just need to try for you example of people who don't make a comeback. But after all, they don't recommend.
ACC recommendation.
So, Una now, how many years Una ban Mrs. Tarawali for old public office?
For 5 years.
So, what if we say I come back, they work in any public institution?
Let us know she will not. The Act gives us the right because it says not less than 3. We raised it to 5. So, if it happens, let ACC know. And in any situation, bring it to our attention. We will make sure we
the last day we host you, Naya. The last day we host you, Naya, on this same Honorable Tarawali in case you challenge we say you know go make a comeback.
No, it was not a challenge.
That was it was.
We have referred the matter to the president for taking this.
And you've been confident say you know go come back.
No, that's not been my expectation.
So now,
if he comes back, it is still not outside of the bracket.
You disappointed?
No, not disappointed. Now I tell you, it is not outside of the bracket. What I mean, we refer, administrative referral. The president says no. At the end of the day, this person is not a criminal. You're not going to call the court convict him.
And the law does not
establish.
There's no regret for asking for administrative action.
At all not. What regret we got over that? The point is, we they tell you when they should pretend the individual that this thing you don't meet with threshold, but see what you can do. And if you says no, this is what I'm going to do. What do we get for doing that? Honestly, you know, sometimes in the work against the fight against corruption is so well, not misunderstood, but it's so taken by people that emotions also can come inside.
But now people let taxpayer money, some of them when they are so they take. So the people are supposed to
when
concern.
they see who is involved and the emotions coming, they think what should have been done to this person. If it don't happen, it means the right thing not happen. And it should not be like that. Let us exercise composure.
Is it emotion or expectations? And the people expectation can high in some of their high profile cases, Mr. Sandy. No, not to emotion, Sierra Leone and key.
No, listen. You see, in the aspect of paramedic, where you be the state, I don't want to go into all those dynamics. His role in parliament with the opposition, for instance, and how he has been running things there. I know a lot of people are interested in him. For the right or wrong reasons. We therefore be factual here.
So now be witch hunt?
No, that's not what I'm saying. So if a matter comes relating to the clerk of parliament, it generates a lot of public interest. And therefore, why do you call it expectations? But I feel say emotions too will come in to say that actually this is how it goes, that's how I feel.
So
therefore we ACC
in administrative action they make towards the fight. Whose value?
ACC where we send to the president, me feel say it makes him the more careful because president not decide for crime in terms of what he will do. It makes him more careful. Now we don't want to downplay him, but to me it is not. Because as a matter of fact, they say twice beating one shy.
It makes him careful.
But
it means say don't learn lesson now. After we don't come out through ACC.
Obviously yes. Obviously, yes. The hassles you have gone through, the kind public or media around it, it's not good. ACC also definitely therefore subject them to a lot of questioning, thorough scrutiny and stuff like that. So I believe, say, we have to understand it from that time. But all the focus of the people is go to court. And this is where we get it wrong. I mean, even when the non-conviction base came back, Sierra Leoneans, it was like new. They started questioning. Look at me. My brother, they say, will they go into negotiation? We don't just go into negotiation. Look at the 8 point, how many billion we recovered. And see what.
So now this, Mr. Marabi say, una be want use the presidency and for pull out Bangana file because una get all the power for just don't dismiss that man because una fair not say there was nothing wrong. Why una be need for ask the presidency you take administrative action?
No, because just as we say here, you know, that's what we're contradicting ourselves. Between me and you, where you should not say, I don't get knowledge, see the way people clap place. And
so the man will not find case against them, for just
but we
let
still
them
have
go.
Responsibility as an institution. I don't tell you that say we get mandate in the act for take every steps necessary for suppress, for prevent and eradicate corruption. So if we see say that is a way to go, why can't we? Hold me back. Say left the man. No. We are anti-corruption experts.
Because and we
know say that referral goes a very long way. Me and you sit down here probably not to me, but you think say it's a lighter way to go. It is not at all. Okay. You get a heavy punch because at the end of the day, all the investigation case file is being made known by way of me. Actually, how it happened. But we not going to say no. We are going to go to court because you don't need the criminal.
No bringing Mr. Maya. Mr. Sandu, they come back to you.
Have something in case. Let's wait. This man have said. Now we know your questions.
Mr. Sandu, no, come back to you.
Wait. Some of those things he says, if I don't respond to it, you see what is significantly different from Hafsa to in case another Param, your brother no understand. Mr. said on the ACC, as far back probably you know that. I started as an investigator on that bar. I went to go and I've been in the regions for about 2004. I joined the ACC, but I've been in administration, I don't have public education. So now, you see, Hafsa 2's case was overturned as well in the Court of Appeal. And those are one of the cases where if you make Tijan Co, when I've been commissioner, where we know say resign. These things have to come to the public for let them understand. You see, because the car they say, people we are short and this and that. Okay. But what did he do to the fight? When everybody knew that people were going cap in hand to collect monies, at the end of the day, when the court, at that high court, will convict and say for pay the money back, we are collecting and then they pay back. It punctured the fight against corruption. And it was overturned in the high court and she was reinstated. You see? So let us look at all those dynamics when we talk about somebody in that administration in the fight against corruption. As against this, what will we talk about? The amount of money we have recovered, the number of persons we've investigated, the convictions, and even the matters we don't charge to court. We recall the first CIO matter who said whether they get a custodial sentence. We also get this one. Of course, the court acquitted and discharged Airport Soba. Some people think that again are ACC responsible. But if you charge a matter to court and the court takes a decision, what do we do next? So, you know, they can want for tie also the commission in hand. Now, they say we should not be judges in our own court. What did the law provide for us? Now that we for investigate, of course, all the layers and public education, prevention, asset declaration, we don't go into that. But when we, of course, limit to this, we investigate, we get with lawyers, they look at it, and after that, prosecution comes in. If not, we go recovery, we get alternative, or we do a referrals to institution. So we get all the layers. In fact, even within the ACC, there are matters we can refer as well, not only investigate and refer. We can see a matter, we say this not fall under the mandate. We refer as early as possible. Others we say no, elements and the inside we for look at. We do that as well. So a lot of these things the people also need to understand. My brother, are they always, though they say, you know, from then terminated, we'll come to the ACC so that some of these things can be told to the public in a well-informed manner.
All right, Mr. Sandy.
So that we all go there on the same page. It is not to compromise you, but for let you can so that the information will come out right.
All right, so we come back to you, Edward Mara. You don't listen to waiting the Director of Public Education, Mr. Sandy, don't say. For I believe say this na lesson where the clerk don't learn, and him going back to Parliament, it will be more careful now for do the right things. You agree with that opinion by Mr. Sandy?
Well, that assumption, it assumed for the man, the Param, you know, like you say, when you marry the woman, you know, you can't again. You understand? They don't get in parental training. So if you say that we don't come inside Mosi and I say they can't skin now time in the waste. At the end of the day, so tell the margin and don't get for last. You understand? So me, but I'm going back to Parliament, whether that will change, thinking and administrative skills or whatever. I know I'm not much convinced about that. You understand? Because as far as I know, maybe even we the day when they investigate Parliament, people and they say, hey, we don't cancel, we can't revenge now. You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that. So what do they do? You don't also make myself now, even the administrative aspect of Parliament now, staffs that we don't left there. You understand? Where some of them be yes, they know say there are a lot of things be happen, they will not be correct. Now this man goes out, he comes in again, and he thinks then staff then they will get that kind of institutional management motivation, staff motivation now for do more. Now that kind of environment the place don't become a very hostile environment because there are staffs there now where they feel say they are in fear.
Perception.
Yes, wait.
You can't say this.
No, you say in going one day it go change.
No, but listen.
You understand? That's okay.
From what
that's
again
is your own perception, not to so.
Especially when you come to the fight against corruption or engaging.
No, but that's also your own perception.
But to say now, you don't go there and then.
No, that's your own perception. You say when we go there, they say we likely where we go now, and we go do better now because you don't learn from this. You understand? That again is your own perception. Again, I'm coming to my own point again. Say
it's not only perception.
No,
what you mean
he asked me the question.
It is a fact that somebody where we don't grill at the ACC, questions have been asked. We don't you don't set aside for public office and concluded investigation. The wife don't pay back the money, and then we send to the president, and now the president knows that this is the kind of thing, and you go there again and you don't behave yourself, especially when it relates to the fight against corruption or taking issues more carefully, not to be involved, or even for Kenya. These are issues, and we are all.
Mr. Sani, allow Amle, don't make him
some of these things you have to put it. When they talk about say, the man's going back, they create some, if you like.
But that's not your opinion.
That's what I'm saying, perception.
No, Mr. Sani, listen.
No, I agree. It's your opinion.
No,
perception.
Sani,
I can say that perception.
And you say pure perception, say, it go there, it go
Mr. Sani, let us get this conversation. Wait.
Okay, sir.
Let us get this conversation by respecting people's views and perceptions on issues. You understand? You've made your point, right? If that is my own perception and that's my own opinion, what I think from my own personal assessment and looking at the environment we operate in Sierra Leone, which is not new to me. Now I'm born, now I don't grow up, now I don't go to school, everything. I have the right to think that way. You understand?
Yes.
That's left that side now. You understand? Khadija and Mabel, Lord say this. The fight against corruption, well, Mr. Sandy understand. So let understand say every citizen of this country get rights for raise issues with the commission if they feel they are dissatisfied. You understand? And the commission get the responsibility for listening to those voices. We have a lot of silenced voices in the fight against corruption. Silenced voices. You understand? Sometimes we say, Mr. Patrick gets whether an official vehicle is personal vehicle. For me, most times I take Poda, I take taxi, I travel for go upline, na public transport, na bus I take. We know that happen on the highway. Sometimes I had to come down for going to a fight almost with some people who I feel say they do the wrong thing. I don't try for save many situations on that. I'm doing it because maybe me know aware of the fight against corruption. But in how many people where they suffer in silence? And if we are talking on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone, we have to also listen to some of the things they already say. And as a public education, this is something where they get a responsibility for reach out. You understand? Let the people know, let the people understand. But I tell you, say, Mabel, if we not begin for set example, you understand, in the fight against corruption, believe me, we are wasting our time. Waiting the average Saloma one see an example.
So you still believe, say, the ACC get a capacity for set example, especially on high-profile cases there?
Of course. They don't do one before. Then Mr. SSF, a case will become the star witness. The person may not be a very senior government official who will convict. And now for calling name, I don't die now. Bless us, rest in peace. I went at the court as star witness. Now me help in the as prosecution witness. So maybe I trust the commission. I just not tell them some of the against the way they don't make.
All right.
Other bank. One of the things the way the commission don't develop so much now the issue of systems and processing. You understand? Then they taking the fight now to the communities. Where I don't talk about the recruitment of community monitors even at chiefdom levels. This is against the commission have made. But if something and it happen where the public perception is completely going against what the ACC is supposed to be doing, then the commission therefore step up.
All right. We continue the program and now attempt for take some of our text messages them we una don't send. We still get Patrick Sandy, when the Director of Outreach and Public Education from the Anti-Corruption Commission, and also Edward Mara, Managing Editor for the Informant newspaper and also Anti-Corruption campaigner. We dey look at few messages them we una don send na the program this morning. The first one they take from Facebook, they come out from Fode Mustafa Toure. They say, how can Mr. Sandy convince anyone that Paran, as the administrative head, was not aware of his wife's application, interview, and hiring? This shows clearly that the corruption fight is selective and viewed with different lenses.
All right, so we look at more messages that I read from YouTube. The very first message that I look at this morning. Fuad Sidiki Kamara say, Mr. Sandy, people of Sierra Leone, we are expecting you people a lot, and you decided to work against the people. Why can't you redeem the people out of the suffering despite deprivation of the people?
This one from Aruna Davis, they say, Liberty, please ask Mr. Sandy about Jaya Kaikai's administrative action.
All right, so look at more messages. This other one says, Mr. Sandy, as this investigation is a plus for you, but the people of Sierra Leone are not happy. 6 years on the line, people are still suffering, but God go pay we.
Ronald Beresford, Ignatius, George Stone na Facebook, they say these politicians aren't even ashamed of their corrupt practices because it has become a system that is accepted and is condoned by the ACC, the very body responsible in holding them to account. This is a disgrace, and our donor funding partners are aware of the lapses in government and the ACC.
Alex Salia Baona, the YouTube channel, they say if an administrative head of government agency employed his wife, they are living together in the same household and as husband and wife, how is it possible that he doesn't know that his wife was going to work?
All right, this one, they say, Mr. Sandy sounds very funny in alluding that the clerk was unaware of his spouse's employment and status in Parliament.
The last one we're going to look at because of time. Susie at the YouTube channel say fighting corruption in Sierra Leone is a white elephant.
All right, the last one for me from Facebook, they come from Alusain Conte. They say, I can see Mr. Sandy defending Paran instead of the ACC stands on this matter. All right, from the messages then, Mr. Sandy, over to you. Now you get most of the messages then this morning.
Certainly. So I don't understand waiting this last text I made that I'm defending Paramore now, the position of the commission. I don't understand. But the fact is clear that at the try for present to the people waiting the commission come out with. And if that in itself is like defending, I'm not defending him per se, but I just want to say that this is what the ACC findings were. And then also the issue around how he was an administrative head, he's unaware of the employment of the wife and this and that. I also don't talk here. This, even to we the ACC, is baffling. We said it in the release, is baffling. But the thing has to go beyond it. What I mean, the thing, in terms of for let you go for prosecution. It therefore go beyond just waiting the person will say. And as such, you therefore look at documents, we therefore establish or show that now ABC that he participated in the employment and also be aware of the employment. And that not the, do you have to go to court for that? So for say if I am unaware, I'm not honest. No, I am saying it is also something with the ACC baffled as to what he talk. But you don't have to go beyond what he say, and because you don't get anything for sure. So let us be clear on that. Then, well, that is the point. You say how me go say or convince that anyone paramos or aware it is selective justice. It is not. I want to let people that know say if you get what it says. For instance, we know say now people they do video, they do a lot of things by way of evidence. You gather for sure say, but somebody was involved in an act of corruption, and that comes to the ACC. We'll make sure that we investigate, and then clearly we go to court where we say you don't meet the prosecutorial threshold. But people they just get the view that once they don't, for instance, make the allegation against somebody, oh, that person is convicted already, or that person for be charged to court, and not to so the be. Then also the other thing that the people need to understand regarding the fight against corruption, and this we have also to let everybody know, is when they try for a link the economy or their own status of living with corruption. That is not empirical at all. There are other factors which can be responsible. For instance, if you see dollar they go up, there are other factors, they talk about things coming away. But somebody in the street, as you see, they say, today Maggie, yesterday I buy a 500 deals or 500, then today now 1 deal. The person says, well, corruption is high.
But if somebody where they're in a top position, they do something where they affect them.
No, if that happens, where if for instance a misappropriation, yes, I agree. But there are other factors where they contribute to people's
sometimes they
way
say
of
these are the major issues. No,
they're not foreseeing, because that's make an account to the point of the aspect of say corruption is or the increase or corruption is this and that has to be empirical. Right. We don't get indexes where they show say that they don't improve in the fight against corruption. And those are the things we should be speaking to. And if there are issues to address in the society or in community, we agree. We know them out of the woods. Okay. But at least progress is being made, and we don't take deliberate conscious steps for address some of those challenges. Look at the public education campaigns that we make. With brother, they talk about community monitors. It's my brother. We are all over the place. We they implement with NAXA, we support them on the grievance redress when it comes to the productive social safety net and youth employment. We also did it for ensure that these issues of corruption are. Look at the prevention interventions we make into institutions, the risk assessments that we make, and we look at the asset declaration process. So it is all holistic in terms of trying to see that incidences of corruption are reduced, are addressed, are controlled. All right. But for let somebody just sit down somewhere and say that, oh, this is what is no. Then I also want to know the no man say we brothers, sorry, we can in our comfort zone. We are not in our comfort zone all the time. We we there on the road. We talk about future, we there on the road. We go to places. Like me, for instance, I know say not to Boku people sabi me pass using me on television. But I go to PZ, I go to Echowa Street, and they take bike. And they go down there, and they work out, I buy some people will see say sometimes this is not fever. Because if you say I should be buying things from the supermarket at Hill Station. I go to these places and we interact and we know what is happening.
Quickly, Edward, we wrap up the program now. You believe, say, this administrative action or advice where ACCK recommend to people away now employ them not to the work in the fight against corruption. Going forward, what are your expectation in that particular strategy there?
Well, I think it's a strategy way for the review. You know, maybe we know the danger when corruption occurs to this country. You only need to read the TRC reports. The TRC reports are a product of the information of the Anti-Corruption Commission, and a product of the TRC recommendation. Because they came out with 3 main keys. One, the reason for the war. Number 1 was corruption. Number 2, injustice. Number 3, unemployment of young people. Well, the late Blessed Memory Pakaba, in his wisdom, is okay. For address the issue of corruption, let us have an independent body. That was the reason the Anti-Corruption Commission was established. Basically, is to address the issue of poverty. So like when that text that they talk about Mr. Sandy, poverty gets something to do with corruption. And as a result of poverty, corruption, institutions was created. So what you may say, you know, it's a process in the fight against corruption. We don't come a long way. 2005, 2009, they get the new act, then my friend come, don't try, don't review the new anti-corruption. As we go along, we go for take along the challenges. You understand? Every institution for being reliable to change. Do an assessment, evaluation, like annual evaluation. Most business institutions, where they're very good at that, annually they do evaluation. We say they go wrong. They do introduce some systems. Why is it that system the public will go against? Why is it that system the people will get problem with that? So the question of referral for administrative action, now that is coming from the people where the commission work for, where Mr. Sandy work for, say now this the people in the talk, see, not a better way. The commission will find a way for sit down, for review, will be in the better way as expected from the public. So we are in this fight. Okay. And like I tell you, yes, maybe in 2014 I cut off me, but now I don't renew me fight with the commission again. I don't come on board. On that bank, I'm on board with the fight. You understand? Even the productive social safety net and the economic inclusion project, you understand? We are part of it. So the reality is we have to work together, for address the challenges there. It's not because people hate the commission. The commission is our own.
All right.
We have to take down the as we live. Now we get him. Mr. Sandy is just working for us.
All right.
You understand?
Many
so we have to come
thanks.
on board for be part of him, for make sure we all work together. Yes. If we get concerned, like I don't bring attrition now, let go now back and go report to the People's Commissioner that this is what is coming from the people.
All right.
It's not because we are against the commission.
Many thanks, Edward Mara, managing editor for the Informant newspaper and also an anti-corruption campaigner, and Mr. Sandy. Many thanks for joining me at the studio this morning for can throw light on this very important topic way now of public interest. Now the end the program, and so now don't send on our messages. One for say we apologize, we read all the messages them because of time, or we just they scroll through and select few of the messages them, but that no means we for stop for sending our messages them. And to everybody who watch the program this morning, as of now we get 1.1k plays, we means in 1.1k people that watch the program. When I continue for support Liberty Online Television, if you go through the setting, you see say the settings don't change now. Liberty don't due for monetization. So just go now the left hand side of your Facebook device. You see a love heart, press them and subscribe and give us small thing for keep we going as an institution. Now love and support make we reach within a very short time. Facebook say we're able for make small thing now for let we self go they run with administrative issues then so now for press that button there and put small thing at the Liberty account. Many thanks to you all who watch the program. And I continue for follow this platform as the only digital platform for get credible information. But all the way they happen na salon. Mina Khadija Bango, I wish you all a blessed day.
All right, and Mabel Kabade say goodbye till we meet again.
Watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.